Sustainability, local nutrition, and a nutrient-rich diet is what all of us fancy. But what we seldom forget is that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Today's recipe, ladies and gentlemen, is a barnyard millet upma. Let's begin. Well, barnyard millets, also known as sama, varai, udal, samak, sanva, and so many other names. In fact, in our homes, we also call it bagar. And we also make a fasting food and a fasting khichdi out of this. But today, I'm going to make an upma. This is one of those millets that can be used directly, and hence I'm using it straight off. Now, this one has, of course, low calories, lower than rice, and it has at least 5 times the nutrients that rice would give you. Beginning with, ladies and gentlemen, upma. First things first, ghee in a kadai. Before the ghee begins to heat, let's add in chana dal and saute this on low to medium flame for around 30 to 40 seconds. Once this kind of just begins to turn golden brown in color, time to add in urad dal. Well, it's extremely important to add the Bengal Gram and the split black gram, which is your chana dal and your urad dal, in this sequence, in this order, before the ghee begins to heat up, so that it starts cooking, it starts turning golden brown in color gradually, because they're both raw. We've not even soaked them. And once both these turn golden brown in color, which means they are kind of cooked, that is when we start adding in the rest of the tempering, beginning with mustard seeds, Asafoetida or hing. Moving on to ginger, chopped green chilies, and along with this, curry leaves. Once these splutter and crackle, time to add in roughly cut red onions. And they begin to turn translucent, let's quickly add in the barnyard millet or sama. Well, it's important to keep stirring this because you do not want the millet to stick to the bottom of the pan. And another couple of things also that are important for you to know is that barnyard millet actually are high in fiber, zero gluten, low in glycemic index, and which means it is fantastic for people who are looking at controlling the blood sugars. On that note, let's move on to the next step, that is adding a couple of vegetables, in this case, carrots and peas, and then a trick that you will remember for a lifetime and thank me later. Moving on, diced carrots. Let's stir all of this well, and now is the time to add in water, and in this case, some hot water. Let's season this with salt. Now is the trick that I was actually talking about. What I like to do, especially when I make something like an upma, I add in a couple of spoons of coconut milk powder. Well, that way the gritty coconut, the fresh coconut, you cannot actually taste it in your mouth, but you get that flavor, the nuance of the coconut milk powder, which makes it very interesting, creamy, and also kind of coconut milky. Let's add in. Finally, it's time to lower the flame and cover this and keep it to cook for a minimum of 12 to 15 minutes. It's been 12 minutes. Let's quickly check. Let's give this one quick mix. With this, millet upma, sustainable, local nutrition, high protein. Upma done and ready. Make this for family, make this for friends. But before I sign off, happy Farmers Day to all of you.